Hey guys, this is NHS06, and welcome back to part 90. Let's play Fire Emblem. Good way to start the 90th episode with a critical by Raven. I have to say so myself. Looks good. Alright, now the vast majority of this part is going to be spent trying to finish off these Wyvern Knights and to get to the boss, who I'm going to add through past playthroughs. I'll just show you his stats after this. He's an excruciatingly hard boss. He's pretty ridiculous. And I'm also going to do my best to heal as much as possible to raise Priscilla to the next level. Now I'm going to go ahead and show you Lloyd's stats, sorry. Look at that. The worst part about it is that his resistance is 19, so I don't even think any of my magic users can touch him. That's the worst part about this. I'll go ahead and show you strength here. My magic user that has the most currently is Lucius with 18, so even Lucius wouldn't have the ability to do that. Lucius has 18? Really? Must have gotten on the promotion. Alright, and so basically my other goal here is to try to promote Heath. I'm not going to get enough experience points, I think, to do that, but I know that it'll be fairly close. And I can also use Vaida as a bit of a kind of a bait. So I'm going to strip her of her weapon on the next turn because it's more useful to have Heath throwing that spear than her, obviously. So, alright, so let's see if Dorcas can do a little bit of damage here. Excellent. Leaves that guy with 1 HP, which is perfect for Nino to come in for strike here. Good old Elfire. She will level up, which I like. She will level up, which I absolutely despise. Her stats are coming along pretty well. She's double digits in most stats except for defense, but I mean that's pretty expected and pretty normal amongst magic users. So that's okay. Okay. So, alright. Gonna heal up somebody on this side first. Yeah, I know Dart needs it. Alright. Give him a men's staff. And I'm also going to bring Lynn down because I know that she's probably one of my weakest characters. And I'm not bringing her down because I want to use her to gain her levels. I'm bringing her down because I want to use her to hack away at the opponent's HP. And then while that's happening, I'm going to be bringing my characters up that I'm going to use to kill Lloyd. Basically, the best characters to use are ones with high skill because his avoid is 78, and it only gets better because he's on that throne. And he'll gain 6 points of HP every turn from the throne healing him. So basically, you're in for a doozy. Got 3 Wyvern Knights here, and 1 here. So we have 4 left to take care of before we can actually even kill this guy. Alright, let's get cracking. Let's get McCrackin'. Alright. So he's gonna go out to Raven. Doesn't matter, Raven can take the hit. And he'll be done this next turn anyway, so that's fine. Alright, so first things first, gonna give, no. Ugh, no. Give this spear to, Eliwood here. Also, something interesting. Wyvern Lords can use swords on top of being able to use spears. Just a little interesting thing that I thought you might want to know. I'll have Lynn use the Manicotti on this guy. Odds are she's not going to critical because most of the times that I've been playing this she hasn't. Oh, she actually did for once. I don't believe it. She's still pretty useless. Regardless, she's still pretty useless, yeah. She got a decent level up out of that. She's just so weak. I mean, her stats are good. She's just... ugh. Alright. So, moving on. Going to bring Priscilla down here. And see, I know that sometimes healing my Newt's amount of HP is pointless, but Oh, she got a magic level. Ugh, sorry, I'm yawning. Healing minute amounts of HP might seem frivolous and stupid, but, you know, in all actuality, it's really important that I do that, just because it can be the difference between life and death, and because it's also partly why I'll be able to get more level ups for Priscilla, so it all works out in my favor. I'm going to give Heath a spear, it's stronger. And that's it. Basically, the three people that I'll be using to attack Lloyd are going to be Rebecca, Kent, and Dorcas, and you'll see why. Basically, attacking from a distance is better, and I'll explain that in a few moments, once I get rid of all these Wyvern Knights. Now it's time for Heath and his 17 defense to run some train on these bad boys. Oh, excellent. There's the strength point I wanted. Ha ha ha. Alright, very nice. Vaida's gonna continue to get punished, but I don't care because she's just kind of dead weight for now. Just gonna attack the other ones with a short spear. Try to milk as much experience from these guys as possible. That's an excellent thing to do. Gonna heal Raven. Let's use the recover staff, shall we? I think it gives slightly more experience. Normally, Priscilla would get 12 from the men's staff. From that one, she gets 17, so it's slightly more. A little better. But nothing to write home about. Okay, so now we're going to bring the triad of people that I'm going to actually attack with. That actually can attack without dying. I'll bring Lynn over here to the fort to give her some extra help. And that'll be my turn. And I love how they just go after Vaida. That just makes me really happy because that just allows Heath to come in and just get these cheap attacks that they can't do anything about. And she's now healed of her poisoning. Unfortunately, I was hoping she would die, but no, I'm just kidding. Yeah, so heal Lynn up. Just gonna keep doing the same thing over and over and over again until I can finish these Wyvern Knights up. I know this isn't very exciting, but this has to be done in order to get Heath where I need him to be in order to promote. Hopefully they'll all stick around here and I can just keep giving Heath experience. Should get him to the 20th level by killing all three of the... oh, well, he's only at 18. Maybe I can get him a shot in on Lloyd. Alright, and I figured that, I don't think I asked a question last part, and the question that I asked before that wasn't about food, and then someone made a comment about how they liked the food question, so I figured I would ask that. There's a pretty popular restaurant, not necessarily a restaurant, but it's a place to get food. I mean, I don't know if you necessarily call it a restaurant, but it's kind of like a fast food place, more on the healthy side. I know a lot of you probably are aware of a place called Subway. It's, they obviously make sub sandwiches. Funny, right? And I find them to be quite delicious. Although it's kind of obscure that I would find them delicious because all they are is just making sandwiches, but you could probably just buy that stuff at the store anyway. But yeah, so I'm a huge fan of Subway, and I have a Subway not gift card, but I have a Subway points card, which is really awesome to have because every time you buy something, they put points in this card, and if you get so many points, you get a free sub or something like that. But I guess the cutoff for free, for a free, like the foot-long sub, which is the biggest one that they offer, the cutoff for that is 75 points, and I guess you get, it's like a point per dollar or something. And the last time I went there, the kid rang up my food. He was like some new dumb kid. He rang up my food, and he didn't give me my receipt, even after I asked him for it. I was like, can I get a receipt? And he's like, oh, the printer's broken or something, which I know it probably wasn't, because the person before me got a receipt. So, he didn't give me a receipt, so I had no clue how many points I had left, but I figured that I had 68 the time before, and my sub cost around $6, so that probably, equaled, oh, look at that was a great level up. And so, that meant that my total was probably about 74 points, which, had I known that, I would have bought cookies or something, because 75 is the cutoff, and so I now have 74. So I almost have to buy a completely new sub just to get a foot long, which made me kind of mad. But that's beside the point. That was just kind of an interesting little story. Maybe not interesting, but I thought it was. And so I'm curious as to what your favorite type of Subway sub is, or if you don't have Subway as your preference for your sub shop, what's your favorite type of place, and what's your favorite type of sub? For me, it's a BMT. I don't know what the BM and T stand for, but I know that it's pretty much an Italian sub, which goes well with my heritage. It has ham, pepperoni, and salami on it, and I get some lettuce and some nice Italian dressing. Get that toasted up with some provolone cheese, and it's like sex in your mouth. Well, actually, it's kind of gross, but I think you get the idea. Alright, so that looks like that's all the time we're going to have for today, guys. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys all later. Bye-bye.